Forgot to record.
Thank you,
All right.
Mary. Barb, did you send this out to us? Because I didn't remember getting it.
No,
Yes,
I got this.
I sent it. Yes, I sent it. Oh my gosh.
My fellow Kiwanians.
Oh my goodness.
My name is Phil Rossi. I'm district membership coordinator for Eastern Canada and the Caribbean District, part of Kiwanis International.
Okay, I did not.
What are we listening to?
we were listening to Phil Rossi.
Great.
I'm trying, I will look to see when I sent this out, but I have added a few things, so I'll send it out again. Okay.
And Ryan is no longer a black box. Welcome, Ryan.
Thank you. I just got home from bringing my daughter home from swim practice, so we're running a little bit behind.
Do you all see this club opening district matching grant?
No, we see club opening event timeline.
Okay. Hi, Ryan.
Howdy.
Now we do.
Okay, so this is the grant that we will be submitting by April 1st. And one of the requirements is that all new sites must have completed a site survey. And I always do a site survey whether or not I have a grant. So here's the one they recommend. And it asks for things that we don't know yet because it's a new club, but also it's a lot of information, a lot of questions, and they recommend that you contact all of these people and ask them those questions. And so if you really were to visit all those people and ask them all those questions, that would take longer than it does to open the club. So early on when I was learning to open clubs, somebody told me, I said, we didn't have a list like this. I said, where do you go? And they said, everywhere there's a flag. So that didn't make any sense to me for a while. But anyway, I like to go to the school, the city, the chamber, and the library. And those are the places I go unless I have reason to go someplace else. Somebody says, you need to talk to this person. This person is a mover and a shaker. Then I will. And I choose 5 of these 10 questions. I like to go in a team, and I have gone in a team where it was a large team, so we tried to give everyone a job. And the one person, there were 2 people who were writing down the notes, and we were talking, and she stopped. She said, wait a minute, stop everything. I don't have the answers to all these questions. And so then she started reading off the questions, and it kind of destroyed the mood. But anyway, we need to do a site survey, and we have to show that we've done one. But I recommend we do a shorter one with only 5 questions and going to 5, 6, 7, 8 people instead of everybody on the list. Also, the list is a little bit dated because for example, postmaster, the USPS has done away with a lot of postmasters, and now they just have managers. And for example, in St. Louis, there's a postmaster at downtown St. Louis, but all the branches don't have postmasters. And so they're not as in tune with the community as when we had postmasters. I think that works better in small towns.
And
So,
we have to do this before April 1st.
no, we do not have to do that before April 1st, but it is something that we have to do before we have to show that we have done that. But it would be good to get started before April 1st because, then we can say, yeah, we're working on that, or we have worked on that.
Thanks for joining us, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
So what do we have to do in the next week?
Okay, well then, to answer that question, I want to go back to the grant application because that will show you what we have to do in the next week.
Hi, Marcia. Thanks for being here.
Okay, these are the questions we need to answer in the next week, which name, district, and all that isn't that difficult, but we have to do the overview. Approximately how many district volunteers will be involved with this event? How many new club sites do you plan to open? List the sites. How many appointments have you scheduled? A minimum of 5 to 10 appointments should be scheduled for each site before submitting the application. If you're more than 3 weeks out from your proposed event date, you may provide your calling plan and include your proposed calling list to the grant committee, and that's what we'll have to do. And they want 125 to 150 names for each site. We have to identify our sponsoring clubs, and Les has been working on that, and I've been talking to him. So I hope he comes because he's been really working on that. And we have to have certified club coaches for each site. So I'm hoping we only have, let's see, in Division 13, we have Larry Summers and Marcia McClanahan, who are certified. Les is also certified. He's listed in Division 11 and 26. So I think we may have to get some additional people certified in order to have 2 coaches for each club site.
I plan to do that training. This is Ryan. I plan to do the club opening training.
Okay. Is it possible for you also to do the club coaches training?
That one, the time and that does not work. If there's a way to do it a different time, I can, but
Okay.
that's
Okay.
this Saturday and I can't make it.
Barb, will you confirm the day and time for that? It's tomorrow, isn't it?
It's the 26th
26.
26th, so
Saturday.
it's Saturday
at 10 a.m.
at 10 a.m.
However, I can, there are 2 things. There are some others scheduled, and I'm a certified club coach trainer. So I can do a training for just our district too. So, and I'm willing to do that because we have to have 4 certified club coaches. So Ryan, if you'll be a club coach, we'll get you trained.
Yeah, I'll do it if I can. Yeah, if we can make the training work, I can do it.
Okay, awesome.
I'm
Awesome.
doing the training on Saturday, the 26th.
Awesome. Are you good?
Do I need to do the training as well? I've not done it before.
You've done the coaches training.
Oh, have I really?
but you need
I
to
don't
do the
remember.
openers training.
When is the openers training?
The openers training is March 31st with Larry Memmer. I sent that out a while ago. I can send it out again.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, is it, what time is it, Roy?
Let's see. Well, it says March 31st. I'm not seeing a time, but gotta be a time in here somewhere.
I think it's at 6.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's 7 Eastern, 6 Central.
6 PM Central.
Right, okay. And everybody, everybody needs to be a certified club opener, to be even listed on to be listed in the grant and to be listed on the new club opening form, and also to be able to use the new club opening tool.
We need at least 3 on for each club, right?
Right, it would be better if we had 6, if we had 2 teams of 3.
Okay,
I mean,
well, let's count
3
the
teams
ones
of
we-
2, 3 teams of 2, I'm sorry.
I know that you want everyone to be a club opener, but does it really matter for us locals that won't be, monetarily getting money from this grant?
Well,
Because
You
we
will
won't
be.
have hotel expenses or anything like that.
right,
No,
but
but we'll have food expenses and
Right.
stuff like that you'll be included in.
correct. And
Well,
and we have to present our plan, and we can't show 6 certified openers if we don't have certified openers. And also, we'll have,
Barbara, I understood Jay to say that we need 3 experienced club openers. I don't know that he meant 6.
I
who
think
were
what he meant,
certified.
yeah, I think he meant 3 teams, each led by an experienced club opener. And that's not exactly the same as a certified club opener.
Right.
An experienced club opener would be somebody that had been through this process, and but everybody needs to be certified club opener just because that's the rules that they've made, and I don't know, we have to follow
Now-
their rules because we're chartered by Kiwanis International.
Are you saying 3 teams per site?
Yes,
Yes, that's what he
Yes.
said.
yes, 3 teams of 2 per site.
And 2 alternates for each site.
Yes.
Wow.
So,
So
but
yes, Marcia, we really do need you to take that training if you would.
I already have.
yeah, she did.
Okay, awesome.
I'm just trying to say, see, who's really gonna jump in and help from our district. I mean, that to me is still kind of blurry.
Yeah, me too. And that makes me nervous. So, okay, so the grant amount requested is a total, 1/2 of the total event cost, and we get half of it up front and then half of it when we complete, the other half when we complete everything. Now, there's something else that we have to, we have to submit a budget on an Excel spreadsheet, which we upload. We have to name the certified club coaches for each site. And on the budget, here's a sample budget. So in this club opening budget, there are 4, this word participants is wrong. It should be number of rooms. So 4 rooms at 90s, 360. And that, I think that, I don't know who has gotten their rooms for 90, or if they're not including tax, but we need to, or that's not, or it's not funded. So that would be 8 people.
Where do they get rooms for $90?
I know, I know,
Carla and I've talked about it.
That's what I
don't
was
see rooms
thinking.
for that kind of amount for a long time.
I know.
It's a Days Inn.
Yeah, but even at that, that's,
Motel 6.
Yeah, I don't know. Um,
But that's just budget that we don't have to stay at $90. This is a sample of the budget.
right, this
Right.
is a sample, but that was my question too. Where did they find rooms for $90
Well,
now?
as long as they're not saying they have to be $90, I can see them being
No.
double occupancy.
No,
No.
this is just a sample.
This is a
Okay,
sample.
then that's just a sample. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
but what our figures on here are their Sunday dinner, they allow up to $35, and for lunch, they allow up to 20. Mostly, people stay at hotels where breakfast is included, but if it's not, it's $10. We can budget up to $250 for org meetings. That includes the meal. Normally, we have food for the organizational meeting.
Well, Barb, I can work on the spreadsheet for this. I think this is simple enough to do.
It's just getting the information.
Yeah, but getting the other stuff together, getting the names of people who are going to do this and the sponsoring clubs, all that.
I think
We don't
that's
have
the
that.
stuff
We don't
that's
have
more
budget.
important to think about right now is to get those locked down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get the names of the people, and we also have to have numbers of people so we know how many rooms we're getting.
Well, then why don't we focus on that right now? Let's just focus on that.
Well,
So in the notes from last time,
mhm.
here's what I have, and people were going to be checking with some people to see if they could do it. We have Jay, but he'll have to leave Friday morning. Brad, Carla, Barb, Roy, Mary, Robin, Les. Paul, he was going to have to look at his schedule. Paul, have you looked at your schedule?
You're muted.
I'm good early in the week. I'm bad later in the week. I've got a graduation.
Right. So really earlier in the week is good because that's when we're going to be opening clubs.
That's fine. And Branson, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And I think Ryan's on here too. I don't know if Les has joined us or not, but at our meeting today, I think our club agreed to sponsor the Northside Club.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Hallelujah.
That is
I
good
think
news.
that's,
That is
we
such
did.
good
we
news.
agree. I think we did.
Yes, we did.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
good there.
Did you decide who's going to be coaches?
No, but I've got
Ralph said he would, and someone else said he is. I think Larry might have said that he will if we don't find anyone else. So I don't think we'll have a problem finding. It's two,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. So I need to put those names down, and then we need to get you trained. So
But
that's
we need to have the names firm within 1 week so they can be on the
Correct.
plan.
correct.
Mary, can you go through those names that you think we've
Yeah,
got?
I'm trying to
Yeah.
do that and then write down as these things keep changing.
Okay.
Okay, so I had Jay, he has to leave by Friday morning. So he'll be here early in the week. Brad, Carla, Brad's joining us too. He should be on the call now. Carla, Barb, Roy, Mary, Robin, Les, Paul, early in the week. Marcia, did you look at your schedule?
I know I can do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I can be available Thursday and Friday evenings or late afternoon.
Okay, good.
Paul, when you say early in the week, what days do you mean?
He said Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Paul did?
Yes.
Great.
This is the week of May 9, and I've got Lieutenant Governor training down starting the 11th, but that's not right. It's going to start the 12th, right?
It
Yeah.
doesn't start. Yeah, go ahead.
11th is the boost.
Lieutenant Governor training starts the 13th.
13th. Okay, yeah, I'm good.
This
Up
is,
up until the 12th, I'm good.
Well, I count 11 people there, Mary.
Right, and so then we needed to ask Shane Strahl.
I've talked to him. I have an email if you guys didn't receive it, he can work about half days, half the time. But I
Okay,
can give you, he gave me a firm agenda or times he was available. I'll forward that on to the group tonight.
That'd
I've
be
got
great.
that, Marcia. I've,
Yeah, I
Okay.
do too.
and then Ryan, who's on here with us, we were gonna ask Ryan, so I guess Ryan's gonna be able to join us, Ryan?
I know I cannot do all week. I'm in the middle of pulling up my work calendar right now so that I can give you some availability.
Okay,
Bear with me. I'll chime back in a moment once I'm signed in here.
okay, and then I've got Mary Sally, I haven't had a chance to talk to her yet. Tiffany, has another meeting tonight, but she said she could help. And I didn't talk to Steve Henderson. I don't know if Les talked to Steve. And
Did
those are the
Tiffany
only
say
people I
for
have
the-
on my list. What?
Did Tiffany say for the whole week?
I didn't get it for sure from her, but of what day she could be there.
okay, then let's go back through that list and see of those who needs rooms. And Jay and Brad need rooms, but they will take care of their own. Is that correct? I mean, I know they'll pay for it. Are you booking those too, or are they?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, I don't know. I can book them if I have to.
I think they will.
Well, I guess though, if we're paying for them, I can easily book them.
Thought
We're not
they said-
paying for them.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
I
then
thought
let
they
them
said they
book
were
their
paying
own
for
room then.
themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, they pay, KI pays for them, which is
Okay,
a
well,
great.
let them book their own room.
Okay, yes, I agree. So, and
And
then,
Brad, is that okay with you? You're on mute.
He's on his phone. He's got another meeting going right now.
Oh, okay.
the other thing is that we need, just as, which doesn't have to be done tonight, but we need to get with them about where they're flying into and all that. So Carla,
we-
Barb,
We just want to, we would pay for our own. We just, if you have a group rate or if it's an advantage to the district
Yeah.
that you have more room nights or whatever, we'll do whatever works for you, but Jay and I
That's-
can pay for it out of our own budgets.
that's great, Brad. That's wonderful to help.
Then it's a matter of whether we stay in Springfield or we stay in Branson. I would assume it's Branson that you're working on more so, but
No,
or
we're
in
all staying
between.
we're all staying at one hotel, right, Mary?
Yes.
And
Okay.
that also facilitates our debriefing each night that we get to hear about both sides.
Good.
Yeah. So I think that's why you're my hero, Mary.
I
So
am not
Brad,
anybody's
Branson
hero.
is, Branson's within an hour of Springfield, especially right there on
Right.
the highway.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to
So-
your mid-year there a few years back.
Right.
So these people need rooms. Yes, Carla, Barb, Roy, Mary.
Robin
Um,
won't. Robin, you don't need a room, do you?
Well, if I'm gonna come to have to be at Springfield every night, no, probably not every night,
Okay.
because it's a drive.
Well, we
There's
don't want to wear you out driving either, though. So
No.
what do you think is going to work best for you?
Well, I know probably staying up there for the board meeting, the night before the board meeting and stuff would be good. And I know
That would
Don's
be
got,
the,
Well, The board
That would
meeting
be
won't
the
be till
week.
Thursday.
yeah, that would be the night of the 11th.
Well, Robin, I like Carla says, make, we don't want you to be exhausted from driving because you're going to be exhausted from working.
Well, if you're gonna be staying in Springfield, why don't I just plan on you a room? You and I can bunk together or whatever.
okay, that'll work.
So how about,
Brad, I'm gonna mute you
okay.
because I know you got that other activity going on.
Yeah, that's good.
So, Shane, how about Shane?
I don't
No,
know.
I
I
don't know
don't-
if he needs a room. I know that he was talking to his club about being the sponsor for Branson.
Yeah.
correct.
Okay, so we need to find out if he needs a room and about their sponsoring. Hopefully they will.
Right.
And if-
They're not going to discuss it until at least Monday. They have a huge event tomorrow, so they need to
Oh.
get through this event.
Well, that's important.
Understandable. So Mary Sally needs a room and
Yeah, Mary
Tiffany,
will need a room and so will Tiffany.
but we
Correct.
don't know what nights yet.
No, I just texted her. She was in another meeting and she said, what day do you need me? And I put the week of the 9th through the 14th. I think it kind of like was like, whoa. So she's texting me back. I'll let
Okay.
you know when I hear.
Okay, so let us know about Mary and Tiffany.
And so I'm assuming Les would stay at home. And what about
Probably.
you, Paul?
Paul's on
Paul
the phone.
Sherman.
Paul's on the
Oh,
phone.
he's on the phone.
I'm talking to Shane right now. I'll be right back.
Okay,
Oh,
thank you.
good.
Find out.
Brad just texted that he may be able to bring along a new staff colleague with him to observe both the boost efforts and the lieutenant governor training.
Yeah, we have Vicky Hermanson from our communications area just joined our staff last week to take on the West Coast ones that Brian left behind. And so there's a possibility of her and or Kim Foe, who is a young lady that Lindsay hired recently to help in the education area.
What is Kim's last name, please?
Foe, Pho,
Thank you.
but pronounced like an F.
Yeah.
Foe.
But that
So-
doesn't need to be part of our application, does it?
No.
No,
So, but
Tiffany says she can help on the 11th and 12th. So she can give us 2 days.
will she need a room then the 10th and 11th or 11th? And
Probably. She'll need a room on the 10th and the 11th and then probably go home on the 12th maybe. But the 12th is our board meeting. What are we going to be doing on the 12th other than I guess we'll be doing boosting, won't we?
No, we'll start the boosting on
Boost
Friday.
is Friday, but is Tiffany not coming to Lieutenant Governor training on the 13th and 14th?
Oh, that's right.
Well, the 11th and 12th, we'll still be working on the new clubs.
Right.
And it's good for her to help, but if she has a finite amount of time because she
Right,
is working
right.
full-time, she, as a lieutenant governor, really needs to be there for the lieutenant governor training.
Well, I just texted her that she knows lieutenant governor training is that weekend. So maybe she figured that 11th and 12th, and then she'd be there the 13th and 14th.
Oh, okay. So we need to find that out about her.
I'm asking.
Good. And then Steve Henderson lives in Bolivar. So how far is Bolivar?
It would be about 2 hours.
Oh, yeah. Well, he'll need a room if he.
Yeah,
Could we take this budget down if we're not using it?
yeah.
Yes,
let's do
I'm
that.
sorry.
So we can see everybody's smiling faces.
There
Yeah,
you go.
Ryan, are you still on?
Yes, I am.
Did you
And,
figure out what your schedule was, bud?
So tell me more. I'm an incoming lieutenant governor, I think. Where,
You are.
okay, I am. Where do I need to be for that and when?
we need you 13th and 14th for that.
Okay, so I've got those days on my calendar. I can take one other day off that week, whatever day you guys need. And I'm in Springfield, so I don't need a hotel.
All right. I'm sorry,
Well,
I missed that. What did you say, Ryan?
So I've already got the Friday and Saturday for the lieutenant governor stuff blocked off, and I can
Right.
give one other day of out of work that week.
I'd
Whatever
rather
day
guess
you guys want at this point, wherever I
No.
can. meet
Tuesday
you.
might be the best day in that case. That's gonna be a big day for us, looks like.
Which one, Roy?
Tuesday, I'd say.
Well,
Tuesday the 10th.
I want to plot it out to make sure and see our numbers.
Not
Okay.
what out.
See, taking all of who's going to be here.
Okay. And if there's a
And-
gap,
and-
fill me in there.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, right now I don't have anything on my calendar, but I know I will. You know?
For example, once we find out about Tiffany, we may need you Monday. So I don't know. It sounds like Tiffany's coming later in the week.
Okay. Well, once there's some clarity on that, just
Okay.
let me know which day to
Okay.
block off, and I'll block it off.
Okay. And Brad, Vicky and Kim have not ever been on a club opening, correct? Oh, I don't think he heard that question.
We might have, he's probably muted.
Yeah, he is muted.
I will put it in the chat room later. Okay. So,
Wait a minute, while we have Ralph McCormick on now as well.
Oh, that's right, Ralph's in.
hi, Ralph.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
Good.
How are you?
Were you going to, or do you know yet if you would be a part of this Monday noon through Saturday?
I'm working on my schedule to see if I can make it all happen. I'm trying. I'll have to get back with you exactly on it as soon as I can find out what my schedule is going to Colorado.
Okay, if you can, well, I think we talked
Yeah.
before, the sooner the better as to yes or no on dates, so
True.
that we can get the schedule run. And we were talking before you got on about need to have, you've not taken new club opener training, have you?
No, I don't think so.
Which is a 1 hour online. We
Right.
would really need you to do that on March 31st
Okay.
on a Zoom call at 6 p.m. Central Time, March 31st.
I should be around, as far as I know. I haven't
Okay.
looked at the calendar, but I'll make room for it to get there.
Okay,
And Paul, we'll need for you to take that too.
It's on my calendar. I've
Great.
got it on the coach training, the 26th at 10. I'll do that in the morning, and then, well, Saturday morning, and then 31st at 6. That's fine. Also, Shane said he's sorry. They have trivia night Friday night, and he said when they finish that, then they'll know more about this, but it'll be first of next week. And he does not need a room. He said he's Ozark and he can drive Branson, Springfield, no big deal.
Great. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, good. And
did he say what days he could participate?
Didn't
I
ask
did-
me.
Okay,
I did.
Barb
should've-
has the schedule. Barb has the schedule and I do too. I can pull it up if you guys want it.
He did. He sent an email around today. I saw something from him.
what
It was
schedule,
yesterday.
what
Yes,
schedule are you talking about, Marcia?
that Shane's
Shane.
available.
Availability.
The what?
Shane's
Shane's-
availability.
Oh. I don't know.
Well, here, let me look here in my email.
Oh,
You guys-
I do. I have it on a email. I'm sorry. Crazy.
Tiffany said that was fine. Elmer's distracting her. Apparently she's in another meeting with Elmer.
Oh my gosh.
He's distracting her. And so she said, yeah, that works. So she'll be here Wednesday,
Looks like-
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Looks like Shane said May 10, 12, and 13. Tuesday afternoon, the 10th, Thursday all day, and Friday, the 13th morning. Is that right?
Yeah, Tuesday afternoon, the 10th, Thursday all day, the 12th, and Friday morning, May 13th.
Fair. Okay.
So for your purposes, Barb, he's really just talking 10 and 12.
Correct.
Did somebody talk to the Rajinskis? We talked about them last time.
I
Oh,
think
I didn't
Mary
get a
was-
chan- I didn't get a chance to talk to them. Let me text Martha and see if she can, if she's, I could always give her a call, but I totally forgot to talk to Martha.
They're both experienced club openers, right?
Right. They still have to do the training, but we'd love to have both of them. Oh my gosh, that would be wonderful.
And they could share a room.
That's
They
true.
could.
You know
That's
what
true.
I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go give her a call. If you guys don't just, well, I'm recording this, so I can always take notes from
We'll
the
carry
recording.
on.
I'll be right back.
She's gonna
Okay.
go into she's going to the ocean, I think.
I am going to the ocean. I'm gonna take a dive in there and forget about all y'all.
Okay. Brad, are you going to be here all the days, Monday through?
Saturday.
I was planning to maybe drive in early Monday and stay through the lieutenant governor thing on, if it's over Saturday,
Saturday.
late afternoon, I'll probably drive back.
Great. Do you know about Jay? Oh, Mary told us already. He
I
has to
think
leave
he's
on
gonna have
Friday
to come
morning.
separately because he has to leave on Friday for
Okay.
something, his daughter's wedding or something.
Okay. And we don't know about Steve Henderson yet. And Les sent Steve and Neil DeShazo an email asking if they were both available. So that would be great if they both came, but I don't know their response. Neil and Steve were openers on the Cedar County Club, and they are both certified coaches, and they're coaching the Cedar County Club. So they would have to do the opener training.
It's
Okay.
interesting because there have been some young candidates, and there was a move not so long ago. For an under 50. At that point in time, we had an under 50.
So Brad, can you mute yourself?
They're very, very capable.
I thought I was.
Nope.
You were, but you popped back on again.
I asked you a question. It was my fault. Okay, so I guess going on down the list, although I do want to go back to that schedule, Robin's going to pull together all the clubs in the area with information on when and where they meet and any other pertinent information that we all will need that as we're calling on people in case there's a reason that they would prefer to join one of the existing clubs.
I think Marcia said he had that information already.
Yeah, I have it. I was gonna pretty it up before we
Okay.
go live.
Perfect.
Do you have any, I don't think you have any internet clubs in Moark, do you?
Oh, yes, we do.
Then
Mhm.
that should be listed as well.
The E-Centennial, is that the internet club?
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
Yeah, I have it on the list.
You're so good, Marcia.
You're on it.
Yeah.
I strive to be good, I guess.
Well, you're succeeding. I was to contact Steve Hatt to develop social media for both clubs, and I did. And they're going to a new process where it has to go through Brad. So, Brad,
I
I
just
did.
sent that this evening. We've not been notified of the new process, so.
Okay, that's what I thought. So I called him back and I said, Brad said it was fine. And so he was going to go ahead and get started.
Oh, good.
So this is what I asked him for, that we have a Facebook page for Branson and for Springfield North. When he did the Facebook page for Cedar County, he made it such that if people were interested, it asked for their name, phone number, and email address. And then we did that with Cedar County. And then what we need is people who will hop on those and respond immediately. The response time is critical. And with Cedar County, I didn't understand all of that, but we did get the president. We recruited her and did a presentation and all of that online, and she joined and brought her husband, and she's, as I said, the president. She also brought a couple of other people, so it was beneficial. He told me that in Rhode Island they just opened a club and they got 50 or 60 responses and 25 members from the Facebook page.
Wow.
So we need people to respond. I asked that I be an administrator, Carla and Roy be administrators for both, and then we can make other administrators. So we'll need people, we need people in the area who can respond and go see people, see whoever it is that's interested, if they are indeed interested. And Anna Wu also does this a lot in California, and she says the same thing. You have to respond immediately. What she tries to do is either to have a Zoom meeting with them or an in-person meeting with them within 24 hours.
Sometimes if you have enough leads, I've even recommended like a week and a half out or whatever, having a Zoom call where it's just an information meeting where all those Facebook people can get on and learn just a little bit more, and particularly hear more of what if it's a boost, what those local clubs have been doing to improve the community, impact them. Yeah.
That's a great idea. So we would have what we used to have as a pre-organizational meeting, which is informational for them. And yes, we certainly can do that. And we might have two, obviously, one for Branson and one for Springfield North.
I'll be glad to be the person to respond. I'm not sure I would be the great content person, but I'll be glad to answer all the questions and try to visit.
Excellent. Well, we probably need one for Springfield North and one for Branson.
Well, since none of us live in Branson, I mean,
Yeah, but I'm in Kimberling City. I'm not that
Robin,
far.
yeah, could you do that,
Right.
Robin?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
That's
on the computer all day long teaching.
Perfect.
Can
That's
pop on.
perfect.
if
But I
you guys
usually-
have specific content that you want,
It's
put
it's
out
not so
there,
much content as much as getting back with them. So a lot of times they won't pick up the phone because they don't recognize the number.
Right.
So then it's just leaving a message saying that you're calling in response to their liking our Facebook page and you want to share some more information and get to know them. And then I usually tell them on the voicemail message that I will send them an email that evening. And then I'll send the email sort of saying, I left you a voicemail message, and if you can respond and let me know when a good time would be to talk, I'd be glad to give you a ring again tomorrow.
okay. I mean, I can do that. I just didn't know if you had specifics on your content of, we're going to show this video and then 48 hours later you show this picture, and I didn't know
A
what
lot
that.
of times from stalking them on Facebook and LinkedIn and doing a Google search, you'll find that, I like in Fishers, I found that 2 of them were retired school teachers. I even knew what school districts, and you can find out more information than they probably want you to know about them. So if it's pertinent to Kiwanis, that was a hook that I used. Well, as a retired teacher, I'm sure you really miss the interaction with the kids, and our SLP programs that are embedded in the schools would give you an opportunity to, reconnect with kids and that sort of thing.
Yeah, and the key again is to have the lead in that Brad just had. I'm sure you're interested in kids because of your being a teacher, and let them talk. They'll have some story to tell you that you can then connect back to Kiwanis. Oh, then you'd be really good at blah, 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 and that fits right in, and we could do this, and we could do that, or you could do this, and,
One of those retired teachers gave me a dressing down because I offered to meet her at Starbucks, and she said, I can't afford on my teacher's salary to have a $4 Starbucks. I'll meet you at McDonald's.
Okay, then I think we are checking on schools that the club could have sponsored programs that include Missouri State University and other universities. We didn't assign that to anybody, and I didn't do that. Did anybody else? So I will do that by next meeting.
Barbara, when you were talking about social media, you said Facebook. We don't do anything besides Facebook on social media?
We could, that's what Steve sets up for us, and he does an amazing post every day that it's something, one of those clever pictures or videos or very heart-touching statements. So it gets a lot of response, or it did with Cedar County, and it sounds like it did with Rhode Island.
Okay.
I forgot what you asked me, Carla.
Well, I was wondering if they did Instagram or any
Yeah.
other social media.
If somebody here would volunteer to do that, but Steve will only do Facebook, or that's my knowledge. Is there some new knowledge, Brad?
He's muted.
Okay.
What was your question?
Carla had a really good question. Do we have anything like on Instagram or
Twitter or whatever.
Twitter? Yeah. I guess we don't want to go TikTok.
Yeah. Unless you have a special dance.
Unless Roy's going to dance.
Roy
We
and
do
I are
have
going
a
to do the
presence
We Are
on LinkedIn
Emily
and
dance.
Twitter.
There you go. There you go.
There we go. So, Brad, does Steve do Instagram or anything else? I wasn't aware of that.
No, he's just doing, Facebook now owns Instagram. So some things you can, sort of dovetail the two together and everything, but he primarily uses Facebook.
Right. So, again, if somebody here wanted to do Instagram, you could just use the post that Steve makes.
Yeah.
I don't Instagram.
And I would
I
go
don't
out
have it
to,
and I don't know it, but it was just a question.
It's
Yeah,
way easier. It's just pictures.
Yeah, it is. It probably aims to a younger demographic, which would be good for us. Facebook is people like us.
we will have a lot of social squares that you could copy and paste from one social media platform to another, because we're working on leading up to May membership month. So I would think you would find most of those at the Facebook groups page, which is called Kiwanis International Membership Leaders. I would think you
Okay.
could come up with a lot of content from there.
Okay. So, Robin, let's talk offline about that. You said you have an account?
I just have Facebook. I don't have a Twitter or
Okay.
Instagram or anything.
I have Instagram. I just don't know if I'd get it done. So, okay, well, we'll leave that on hold for now, and let's find us a Circle K-er to do that for us, maybe.
That'd be good.
So I wanted to go back to the other things that we need to do.
Yep.
So, Barbara, are you actually writing the grant? Are you the one submitting it for us?
Roy and I are.
Okay, as long as you guys have that under control of who's actually submitting it. So,
Well, I didn't say we had under control. Oh, shoot.
Okay, I put together, I'm gonna put this, I don't know if I can put it in the chat or not. But I put together, well, I could do it on here if you, when you get done, Barb. I put together a chart of when people are available and when they're not available.
Okay, that's great. That is awesome. Okay, so we've done our identifying sponsoring clubs. Setting up sites in the club opening tool, I will show you that next week. Right now, the only people that I could get into the club opening tool are the people who are certified, who took the training. But what we'll need is somebody from each club site to enter everything. The club is opened through the club opening tool. So we enter members there. We do all of the back and forth paperwork with Kiwanis International through the club opening tool. There are a couple of things we have to do, just contact through Renee because the club opening tool is not robust enough, but we enter all the members and actually send them in through the club opening tool. We've already established the dates. We need to establish our team leaders for both sites. So that's something that we'll need to work on. And it sounds like Paul has a good handle on Branson. So.
Yeah, I nominate Paul.
But, and
Oh,
I think it'll be good for us to have 2 team leaders for each site, actually. So we need to be thinking about that. And steering committee meeting, this is essentially the steering committee. Identify the person to enter the data in the club opening tool each day for each location. And I can train you, which we could do that Monday night, because that's when we will be entering, hopefully, new members for each club. We need somebody to meet with the local Chamber of Commerce, and we need local people who have a good sense of the community to decide whether or not it's worth it to join. That is an allowable expense for the grant, so we would only be paying half of it. Larry Memmer, who's the World Membership Chair, really advocates for joining the Chamber of Commerce. And I think it depends on the Chamber of Commerce how valuable it is. So hopefully our local people can tell us that. I'll order
Our chamber's very expensive,
Oh, really?
like $600.
Even for nonprofit? Or do you know?
I don't know.
Oh, gosh. So is it worth it?
Probably not in Springfield. Branson may be a different story.
Paul, what do you think about Branson?
I don't know about their chamber. I'll find out. We're
Okay.
members here in Springfield, and yeah, it is expensive, but I don't know the nonprofit side of it. I'll
Yeah.
make a phone call.
Okay, thank you. I'll order the club opening kit for each location. So we need to decide where our organizational meetings are going to be. And we want to decide when and where so that we have a printed, Kiwanis International will design it for us, but we'll have printed invitations and we give them out as people sign up so they know when to come for the organizational meeting. Another thing, as you're signing people up and inviting them to the organizational meeting, it's really important that they come to the organizational meeting. We have to have a quorum for the organizational meeting to happen and to elect the officers. And also at that time, as you're meeting people and getting to know them, we generally try to identify people that we think would make good officers or board members and then ask them if they'd be interested and ask them if they're interested and willing. Marketing, we're going to have Facebook. I don't know if, Marcia, is there a Nextdoor in Springfield?
Oh, yeah.
Are you on it?
Yeah. I can figure out what neighborhoods you want.
Okay. If you could,
It's not a very positive tool
Oh.
out there.
Oh. Well, we'll turn over a new leaf. Then distributing flyers throughout the community. Are there avenues for doing that?
I don't really know with COVID. I mean, there's really not much happening in Springfield still, so.
Are the libraries open?
They are. I mean, we could do that and post things like at Panera, but I don't know where you would physically hand out a flyer.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
Lots of time there are community bulletin boards like
Yeah.
in the larger grocery stores and stuff too.
Mhm.
Oh, I don't know.
And there are online bulletin boards.
And weekly newsletter or little magazines.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how can we
Community
get into those?
We just find where to send them to and send it to them.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Paul might
The
know.
radio
Or
stations
Ryan.
calendar too, that you can post things about.
The radio station will?
Yeah, they have online that you can go on and post events. So,
Okay. But
Okay.
we would have to have the date, time, and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Barb,
Okay.
I checked the Branson Chamber.
Mhm.
It's a $40 application fee one time and then $3.90 for all businesses. And if you can prove you're a 501c3, the base fee is $195.
They're exclusive clubs in this part of the country.
Really?
Yes.
My goodness. My home club belongs to the local chamber for $77 a year.
My club belongs to the chamber, Cottleville, for $100 a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, ours is 95.
And once a quarter, they have nonprofit of the quarter and they pass around a piggy bank. And we always get chosen as and we get the piggy bank full of money then. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah. So anyway, so making appointment training, we are going to need people to be making appointments at least the week before and possibly starting 2 weeks before. So, I'm assuming that everybody on here wants to make appointments.
Yeah.
And I can do a little training. I have several scripts and I will, as we go through it, I'll tell you what I think are the advantages and the disadvantages of each script. But we need to have 36 appointments at least per site.
Wow.
Yeah. And that takes a while.
Yeah.
But we need to get the form done. You said 100 and how many?
125 to 150.
Okay.
But we can probably get that out of the chamber directory.
So I'll start working on why don't you make me a team leader, Paul Sherman and I, for Branson?
Okay. Okay.
And I'll start working on the Branson list and populating that Google sheet. I really hesitate to be involved in the Springfield one. I think you need somebody from Springfield area doing that because they need to know where clubs already are. So we're not putting people on the list that are already involved with Kiwanis.
And I know that Robin is going to be working in Branson because she lives in Kimberling City, but we need her expertise because she was a member of the Springfield North Club. Although, Marcia, do you know, I mean, you probably know a lot about it.
About the North Club?
Mm-hmm.
No, I know nothing. I know Robin, Pinky, or Punky, and Roy. That's all I know. Les
Les
know
does.
everything. Yes.
Les
Okay.
knows everything.
He
Okay.
knows them all.
Yeah. He was
What-
probably a member at one time. Who knows?
He probably was.
And Paul, I did get the Stone County roster, so I'll be sending that out to everybody. And then Les just told me that there was a Springfield East that in the 40s. So I don't know if any of those people will still be around.
Oh, my Lord.
Come on, no, no.
East, huh?
I think we don't need to worry about that list.
Anyway, I'll call and see. But
That's funny. Well, how, on that, Barb, on that 36 appointments for Branson, I'm still trying to get my head around that. What if you had 6 individuals and you scheduled them for a conference room? Does that constitute 6 appointments?
it does, but this is my experience. It's much harder to close in a group like that.
Okay,
It's so much easier one-on-one.
okay.
Unless, well, I think that I was hoping that you could maybe have 3 or 4 or 5 people already signed up when we started Branson.
I hope so. And I've got
Okay.
a nucleus of some started that I just pictured I'd meet them down there at an office and do it.
Yeah. And
Maybe I
And
could do it even before. Okay.
yeah. And if you're pretty sure that they'll all join, that'll work. Because it either works to your advantage or to your great disadvantage. If you're pretty sure about them, then they'll pump each other up. If one of them says, no, I don't think so, then they're all dead. It's
Okay.
been my experience. I don't know. That's,
Well, and lots of times in the group, if you have a group of 6 and 2 say, well, yeah, I would do that, then the other 4 think, okay, well, that's handled. I can do other stuff.
right.
So
Okay.
It's almost like once you get one no, it kind of spreads.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Delicately then. Okay.
Yeah, but if one of them has already said yes, then have him be there with the newbie.
Okay. So you
So
need to
if
get the
we-
name signed on an application. Is that what you need? If I can get those done beforehand, that's even better, right?
Yes, we need application and money.
Okay.
And
And
what are the dudes outside of international
well,
and MOAR?
well, I just was in my spare time reading the bylaws. The bylaws still say that for a new club, they don't have to pay MOARC dues the first year.
Okay.
So I'm
It's just
assuming that's still true, Mary?
I'm sorry, I was doing something else. What were you talking about?
The district bylaws still say that a new club does not have the obligation of paying Missouri, Arkansas dues the first year of their existence.
You know, that is news to me. I'm not sure. I need to go back and check that out because that doesn't sound right.
What did
Well,
Cedar
that's
County
been the
do?
way it's been for years.
Well, it was like that when it was, when we were doing the $70. We didn't get any of that $70.
Right. Because
Oh, no,
all
that's
that was
Remember, for $100, we didn't get any of that $100 either for the new
Correct.
members of new
It was-
clubs.
it all went, $50 went to MOARC and then $50 went to the club. And some clubs didn't charge $100. They charged $75 and some even only charged $50. But
I'm gonna go back and check that because
Okay.
that seems weird.
it's
Do you
in the
remember-
bylaws. It's in
Do
the
you remember-
bylaws.
Oh.
I know, I'm looking. That's what I'm looking for, Barbara. I
Okay.
So
believe
it is
you. I'm gonna
not-
Go back and look at it.
it is not prorated for new clubs. It's a,
Section
For-
4, the dues to be paid to the district by any new club admitted to membership during any fiscal year shall be due and payable on October 1st of the administrative year following the year the club is officially chartered.
So there's your year.
Yeah. So, and my understanding is that it is prorated. So if the club starts in April, then we'd pay the prorated dues. That's my understanding. Is Brad still on? I want to make sure.
Brad
So
is
they wouldn't-
on.
They wouldn't know any
I'm on.
dues until October 1st of next year.
Right, for MOARC, But-
Remote, yeah.
for international. Brad,
Prorated.
it's prorated, so we pay the prorated for whatever month the district, the club starts. Okay,
Right.
okay. So, according to the bylaws, we don't have to pay MOARC dues until October 1st,
Right.
when it would be $20.
Hmm. So should we ask them for $20 with the application to pre-sign them?
No, what we need to decide is how much we're going to ask for. What we'll be asking, we'll have to send to Kiwanis International will be, I can't remember,
Be whatever May is.
whatever May is, right?
Whatever prorate, okay.
And then we need to decide how much are we going to charge for the
Club.
the club dues, because the club needs some money for checks, for they have to register with the IRS, and they have to register with Secretary of State of Missouri. So
Yep.
there are some expenses for the new club before the next year starts. So I was just going to,
Well, if we just set $100 as the dues, then that whatever doesn't go to KI could be there in the kitty for the club.
right, I hate to charge $100 this late in the year. Is my own.
True. Because
So it's 4041 total. Well, except if MOARC isn't going to charge anything, it's really 3208.
It's 3208, correct.
In
I just
May.
found my chart too.
Okay.
And then how much do we want? I think we need to round it up rather than making it cents. So
Yeah.
say 33, and how much for the club? Do we want to charge 50, and that would leave 17 for the club? Is that enough? In the past, they've had 50 if we've
I
charged
say
them.
add 50 on. I say add 50 on, make it 70, 75, something like that.
Yeah, for the first year,
Yeah, then the
75.
club has some money to work with.
Exactly.
Right. Now, again, they'll have to start charging dues again in
October, right.
in
Yeah,
September.
but if you recall, when we opened a new club, it was $100.
Right.
And it was 50 went to KI and 50 went to the club. The
Right.
club got $50 out of that. I don't see why we should shortchange the club.
Yeah. So do you want to say 75?
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Okay,
Everybody good with that?
yes.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
But we need to tell them then that we need to set what the new dues will be in October as well.
Yes, that's part of the organizational meeting. They do that.
Okay. Okay.
Right. Okay, so we submit our grant application, decide where we're going to have the organizational meeting, time and location. Oh, we're down here. Finalize our teams, begin making appointments, conduct training the day before the event, which we'll do when you get there. And on the days of the event, boots on the ground, 3 teams of 2 for each location for 3 days. Meet each morning for instructions and materials, debrief each evening, share successes and challenges. So it may happen that your team doesn't sign anybody up in a day, and you hope that doesn't happen because that makes you feel defeated. But the idea of our debriefing is to share the successes and bask in other people's successes and know that your day is the next day. And we turn in the completed cards, apps, and checks, and they go to the person that's entering that into the computer. Organizational meeting on the evening of the 3rd day or other day to be determined. I wanted to show you the agenda for an organizational meeting. I'm just showing you Cedar County's. So we welcome them, introduce everybody.
It's not on our screen,
Not
Barb.
on.
Oh, it's not on your, oh, okay. I have to go back and stop the other share, sorry.
Yep.
I was just reading that along. Okay, now do you see it?
Yes,
Okay, this was the one we used for Cedar County, but we use the same format pretty much for all of them. So call to order and welcome, introductions, orientation, just a little bit about Kiwanis. The purpose of the meeting to organize the new club. We appoint us, oh, this has typos in it. This was a bad one to share. Appoint temporary secretary who records the decision on all motions. And what I always do is appoint a temporary secretary and then have somebody from the club opening team also record everything, because it often happens that the temporary secretary gets involved in, the discussion and doesn't put something down. Anyway, that way we have a backup. So the main part of the organizational meeting is adopting the bylaws. So we take the standard form for club bylaws and go through and fill in the blanks. And this template lists all the things that they have to fill in. So they have to fill in their club dues and fees. So there's $97 to international and district, and then they have to decide how much goes to the club. And I just written out what the money goes for in international and MOARC, and then they decide how much they're going to charge for the club and the total, and then how they're going to prorate. And because we're doing this so fast in one evening, I always tell them that you can go back and change this at any time, but we just have to get this done to make you a club. So I was thinking of suggesting to them that they just prorate everything 1/12 off per month, because that's what Kiwanis International and MOARC did. They just took a 12th off every month. And then we don't have to figure the math that night. What do you think about that?
Yeah, sounds good.
So,
Barb, aren't we way beyond what we need to know for the application? Because that's what the immediate concerns.
that's true. I wanted you to know what was going on at the organizational meeting. Yeah, so then they just go through and finish the bylaws and adjourn the meeting. Well, no, before they adjourn the meeting, they have to fill out some forms on their intent to incorporate. They have to nominate and elect their officers and directors and announce the first board of directors meeting. They also have to decide on a meeting place and date. So all of that happens at the organizational meeting. It's helpful for you to know this as you are working, as you're calling on people, because they might say, when are we going to meet? And you say, well, you decide that at the organizational meeting. Well, who's going to be the president? Well, you decide that at the organizational meeting. So it's valuable for you to know all this. How much is it going to cost? Well, it has to cost at least $97 a year, and then you decide how much you want for the club. And you decide that at the organizational meeting. Plus, it helps them understand the importance of being at the organizational meeting.
Yep.
Oh, Mary Vaughn, you gave us a terrible message.
What?
I just saw that.
Well, I talked to her. I think I told you guys this last time that they're just trying to step back, and they've done their club opening, and they just aren't interested in doing it, but they appreciated being asked.
Yeah,
Oh.
she's told me that before too. I understand, Mary. So,
I do.
okay. So then, Roy, what was it that you wanted to talk about? Because those were all the things that
I
I,
just want to be sure that we've got what we need to know for the application, because we're a week away from that.
Right.
need
we
to
do not
decide.
know all of that. We know everything that we need to know for North Star, the Springfield North. We
But not-
don't yet know about Branson because we don't know. Do we
need
know?
a sponsor.
Yeah, we don't know who's going to sponsor yet.
Right.
So-
That's the information that we're missing is this club sponsors, and we.
When I talked
we-
to Shane the other night, I'm thinking his club will probably go on and sponsor the Branson Club, but we talked to him the other night. And I
Right,
look
but we
for him
need,
to come back
his
tonight.
answer early in the week and,
Yeah, and I
He
think the
knows
club board needs to meet, correct? They have to meet.
Yes.
right. And
Yeah.
Ryan said they've already approved.
Right, so we're good
So
to,
we
Right.
do know one of them.
Right.
and then we need to nail down for sure,
Here's what I have so far. If everybody wants to see my list.
yeah,
This is what I have so far on of who's told us they can be there and what days so far. So this is the
Yep.
chart, and then I've got a thing for trained that I'll mark that as I know who all is trained. And this is the people that we have yet to know. Ryan said he had one day he could help other than the lieutenant governor training, and we haven't talked to Mary yet. This is what Tiffany's schedule looked like, and then with Steve, Vicky, Kim, and Ralph, we don't know what the rest of those schedules are. So that's what we
Yeah,
have
would
so
you-
far.
would you add Neil DeShazo to that list?
Sure. How do you spell his last name? S-H,
SHAZO? Z,
or Z, sorry.
sorry,
Sound
I
like a
probably-
D.
it sounded
Now, is
probably,
he- what's his schedule? Do we know yet?
no,
Okay. So see if we get if we get all of these people to agree, then,
We'll
what did you want? 3 teams of 2 for each site?
right, but Vicky and Kim really won't count, they're observers, I
Right,
think.
right. But still, if we get Steve's schedule, Ralph and Neil, and look, we've got 1, 2, 3, and I guess we just have to determine who's going to be at what site.
Yeah. And,
So that's
But
what I
our-
have so
our-
far. I'll send that out to you, Barb, but to
Okay.
everybody, and then as you know of anybody else, we can add them to the list.
If
Our
Vicky or Kim
teams-
come, they will be workers.
what do you
They
mean
won't
by
just
that?
be observers. They'll be going with us to learn the ropes.
But there won't, I don't think we can count them because they're learners, right?
I mean, they'll go on appointments with us.
We're all learners.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We're
That
all
is
learning.
definitely true. But, I mean, they're not gonna be, they're
They
gonna be
can't be
like,
the lead person.
they're gonna, okay, I'll talk to you. My understanding was they're observers, but maybe not.
Could they
Okay,
be
my
alternates?
question is, if
They're
it's
Could they be
being-
alternates?
Yeah, they could be alternates.
There you go.
Or
if we have
secondary.
teams of 2, is it not a certified opener and it can be with a person that is not certified?
We need everybody from MOARC to be certified in order to in order to receive the grant.
Carla, are you trained?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
but probably we need little asterisks by the names or some column that says training's completed, so we know for
That's
sure.
what I've got. I've got that right here. I'm filling out.
Oh.
Roy hasn't been to training yet. He will be.
Oh, well, then I'm not counting him for being trained.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm not trained yet. Robin, are
I-
you trained?
Yep, I've already been to club opening training.
And has Les been trained?
I don't think so. No. Because there's only been one training.
Paul, Marcia? any of
Marcia
those?
is,
On the
Marcia
calendar.
did.
Trained. Yay, Marcia. Mary Sally, is she trained yet?
No,
Do we know?
Tiffany is though.
Yeah,
She was.
Mary Sally is not.
but Tiffany is.
Tiffany is.
Okay. Okay. Take this off.
We probably ought to also make a chart. I can do that after you email it to me, of who's trained coaches.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I'll let you finish filling out who's trained and who isn't trained. But
Okay.
But anyway, so this at least gets us to start and knowing who's available when and how many people we have and what days we maybe need to beef up.
This is great, Mary. Thank you.
Very.
I will send this out to everybody.
Excellent.
It would be helpful if you could show whether they need a hotel or not.
Oh, okay, I'll
Yeah,
add that
that's
as a,
right.
I'll add that as a column.
Good. And Brad, is Brad still on?
I'm here.
Okay, can people still, we have to have shared rooms. Can people pay for the other half of their room if they have a reason to not want to
Yeah.
share? Okay. All right. So those who have hotel rooms, you either have to share or pay for the other half of your room. Thank you, Brad.
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas just beat Gonzaga.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Thanks
biggie.
for sharing.
Gonzaga. Gee
It
whiz.
was a good game.
oh my gosh. That's not my bracket choice, though.
Hmm.
I didn't choose a bracket. 'Cause I'm terrible.
Okay, we've been on this an hour and a half, folks. Is there anything else we must talk about?
When are we gonna meet next?
Yeah, that's the key.
It would be great to meet next on the 31st so that we could go over the grant just to make sure. What do you think, Roy?
We have club opening training the 31st on 6.
Oh, that's right. What time is it?
What about the,
PM.
what
Six.
about the 30th? That's next Thursday, isn't it?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Thursday is Wednesday.
That's Wednesday.
Could we do it Wednesday night instead?
I think so.
Wednesday's fine with me.
Yeah,
Let's
I'm
see.
fine. That's the only night I don't have anything going on next week. So yeah, that works.
Yeah, we don't want you to have a night off, Mary.
No. And I don't want you to let me have a night off. All
Okay.
right, so we're gonna meet next Wednesday at 7. At 7, is this good?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I
fine.
think so.
And then everybody, if there's anybody that wants to join and be part of this, please have them get trained in coaching and opening. Coaching is Saturday and opening is the 31st. And I need to know everybody that's going to go so I can send your names in.
Okay.
And who's gonna be, I won't be on that call on the 31st. And the last call, I had to pick people out of the photos and send in their information to KI. So somebody from the district needs to be on. Mary, are you gonna be on
I'm
that
gonna be
call?
on it, yeah.
Would you compile that list, please? Because I'm gonna be on an airplane.
Do you want me to record it as well? Well, it's not my meeting, but
Right,
I will take a list of everybody that's there.
that would be
Let's
awesome.
take a
Thank you.
screenshot too. That always helps me.
Supposedly, my sending your names and information is going to help with that.
So we don't have to register.
Not to my,
No.
not
We
to my
didn't
knowledge.
last time.
But they had so much trouble identifying everybody that they want to know ahead of time. And I think that you're going to get an email from the coaching one with materials.
And speaking of materials, Barbara, can you please send the 2 documents that you were showing us to the group?
Yeah, the one document I can't, it's I'll send you the link to it.
That's fine.
I
Yes.
just wanted to clarify, this meeting is on Wednesday next week, right? The 30th?
Yes, sir.
Correct. And Brad, I'm so sorry. I'll make sure I put you on the list.
And
I
put
really
Jay
don't
on
do
there
it on
too. He should
purpose,
really
honey.
be-
You know I love you.
Yeah, that's okay. Jay should be on there too. And I'll need to leave at 8:30 for the Eye of the Tiger has a group that's helping us pick out sites for them to come in before the internet.
Oh my gosh, Brad.
At least that's on my calendar
Okay.
at 8:30 our time or my time. It's 8:30 my time. It'd be 7:30 your time.
Oh, that's not good because this meeting's at 7. Oh, well.
Yeah.
I think I
We'll try
goofed.
not to commit you to too much, Brad.
Do you think
This
that,
is- This
You
is my
think-
third tonight. So yes.
you think we can have this
How
meeting
many
at
rooms do you
6:30
walk
on the,
through while we're on the phone with you? I just want to know are you at home walking through all
Yes,
those
I'm at
rooms?
home. I'm at
Oh.
home.
is it
Get-
possible for us to have this meeting at 6:30? Because I think I have to be on that 7:30 meeting too.
It would at
Yeah,
least
that'd
keep the
work.
meeting to an hour.
It's okay
Yeah.
with me. I don't care.
Okay, 6:30 next, on the 30th?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll work.
And Mary, maybe you can help. Going to contact the universities.
I can try. Yeah.
Okay. There are only 4, I think, or 5 left.
What am I contacting them and asking them about Kiwanis
Um,
or
Whether they have Circle K
oh,
and
see if they have Circle K and
if they can help
none
us.
of them, none of
None of-
them do.
Uh-uh.
MSU used to, but it fizzles out every time.
Ugh.
so none of them have any, Marcia?
Correct.
Well, that was an easy check, wasn't it, Mary?
Man, I'll tell you, you asked me to do something, I'm on it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Marcia.
We have 2 key clubs though, or no, I think we have 4. I don't know. We have some key clubs, but that's not the same.
Well, maybe though. I've been on club openings before where key clubbers went along, and it was very powerful. Of course, that's probably finals week.
Well, it's during school and I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. I
would not take a student with me during school hours.
I would not either, nor should the school let us. But won't the seniors be out early and they could go with us?
They graduate that weekend. I know Parkview does.
Hey, are we
That's
ready to
all.
adjourn?
Yeah, we're ready to
Yes, we
adjourn.
need to do that. So
Stay
see
safe.
you all next Wednesday at 6:30.
Bye.
And be careful on your flight.
Sounds good.
Carla.
Night.
Thanks.
See y'all next
Bye,
time.
y'all.
Bye.